What do you think is unique about our senior high school curriculum? I think curriculums here in the Philippines are more or less the same because they come from DepEd. But knowing Stony, of course, Stony has to go an extra mile in terms of our curriculum, and one of which is our French classes. Not all schools have the course French. So I think that's one thing that's very unique about us. We are taught or we are exposed to various cultures that other schools are not prioritizing.
One of the things I like best about the SHS curriculum at my school is that it is beneficial in every manner. That the knowledge we gain from the courses or subjects we study can be used to other situations as well. Take for example, organization management, which is one of my first year college classes. Of course, I was concerned that because I had never heard of the course before, I would be unable to engage in class discussions. However, when I began reading our book, I noticed that many of the phrases and concepts were extremely familiar to me. Then it occurred to me that one of my SHS classes, which is economics, was the reason for my familiarity with these phrases. And I realized that my time in SHS department of SSIS Malarayat has not been wasted.
Apart from the international diploma, is that it focuses more on developing or molding students to become young professionals. It's not just about teaching English, math, or science, but it has courses for you to learn more about yourself and how you can improve. These learnings are not just centered in a classroom setting, but they have a lot of out-of-school activities such as work immersions as well as career talks that will help students know the demands and opportunities in different fields.
Learning wasn't passive. There were a lot of discussions, enforcements, activities that helped us practice what we learned. So now, in all the maths and sciences that I'm picking up in college, I get to actively apply what I have learned back in senior high school.
How Stony applies the curriculum, that's where Stony becomes very unique again. Because Stony is not a typical school where teachers teach and then you answer your quiz and then that's it. Stony goes an extra mile, always promoting creativity and interactiveness towards students, teachers, audiences. That's something nice about Stony that I miss right now because they really push your brain cells to give more than the norms of education.
So some tasks and activities that I experienced in Stony, which later on helped me in college, was, of course, being an engineering major. Stonyhurst helped me build my fundamentals in math, in modules like calculus and algebra, and in physics as well. So when I went to college, I did not face extreme difficulty in my modules, especially when you first start out. Because first year oftentimes is very difficult for college students because there are so many new things that you haven't learned yet in high school. But in my case, I was already introduced to them in Stony pa lang, so I didn't have as hard as a time as the rest of my fellow students were having.
What's wonderful about the senior high school program is that the events we did, such as career talks and the subjects where you get to develop your resume and practice being interviewed by different companies, were engaging. This will be extremely beneficial when applying to various organizations at the university where you will be attending, as well as in your future career.
Community immersion.
Immersion in outside companies. Like I said, it gave us a rough idea on how things work sa iba't ibang sectors ng industry.
I personally love those that are given by group because I love seeing how diverse or different ideas were placed in a single output. These also help students become team players, which you will really need in college since most of the tasks are given by group.
And another course that really aided me as a stepping stone in my college years was the research subject, wherein we were able to really hands-on what to do in a research from the beginning to the end. So with that, I was able to have an edge within my peers that I was already trained to be able to handle research well, and that would enable me to really collaborate and to have a contribution within our group work. As for in college, there is a lot of group works to do wherein a research is involved.
We had to do research paper which was done individually, and so instead of research papers that are normally done in groups, especially with other colleges, I had to really learn how to do time management. Basically, you have to do everything by yourself. You can't just rely on other group mates, and so that's what really helped me a lot in college and until now.
I know most of you don't really like doing research, especially that it is done individually in Stony. But in my case, as a pre-med student, we have a lot of journal readings as well as case studies that entails a lot of research for you to come up with a diagnosis and support your findings. This has been an edge for me because I see most of my blockmates or classmates struggle with case studies. Additionally, because of all those activities such as the work immersions and career talks, I know what to expect with my course. Most of my classmates, they want to go to med school but they don't have a pre-med course that they want. In my case, I already know what to expect, the subjects, and the skills that I need.
The education in SSISM was really unique in the way that they gave us independence in the way that we did our business plan, so we were able to execute it during the fairs. We were able to sell our products. I sold jewelry and I was already making it back then, and that's why I made it into a business when I was going to school there, and now I'm selling them online. And now that I'm in Denmark, it's a different market, but based on the research and things that I learned, I would know how to make a business plan and how to research based on facts and reliable evidence and things like that.
I believe I have an advantage since the senior high school program has sharpened my 5 C's, which includes leadership, communication, and organizational skills.
What I like about Stony the most is that it's training for you to have no hesitation as well as to have a gritty mindset, which really aid me in being a productive student given a competitive environment in college, as well as having the initiative to really speak out and talk to your peers and having good communication skills in really sharing ideas.
I didn't have the confidence to stand in front of a crowd, let alone perform back then. With the aid of my fellow teachers, I was able to refine my confidence to the point where anytime I am asked to perform or do anything, I will not hesitate. And I believe that it has given me an advantage over my college classmates.
I had the discipline, we were disciplined by our advisor. I applied it to how I cope with the stress in college.
I really love that the teachers and everyone, or the school themselves, has given us the opportunity to realize that we as students coming from junior high school, we have potential as people, and gave us a chance to explore different opportunities that we could go into once we graduate.
Senior high school is one of the best years of my life because of the tight-knit community and how the teachers really go the extra mile to guide and teach us.
I really recommend SSISM as a place for senior high school students.
Fighting.